G'day guys, Ron here from Osborne Digital Marketing. Today I'm doing a Phantombuster review for 2022. Let's jump into it. So as you can see over here, here's the phantombuster.com website. So what Phantombuster is it's essentially a code-free automation tool. So you're able to scrape things like websites, try and go onto Google My Business, find leads. You can automate LinkedIn, you can automate Facebook, you can automate Instagram, so you can get followers on Instagram, you can get likes on Instagram, all of these types of cool things. You can go onto Twitter and do a ton of tools with it, and that's what we're going to discuss today. I'll walk you through everything it offers, and then I'll show you some results that I've used, and then we'll just jump into the pricing of it and tell you the pros and cons. Let's jump into it, guys. All right, so this is the back end of Phantombuster. All you need to do is go onto the all categories and basically check out everything that they have to offer. Now, like I was saying before, they have a ton of information. So if you look in the left-hand column here, you can see that they have LinkedIn, the Sales Navigator, which is LinkedIn offset, essentially. That's how you find leads on LinkedIn. Instagram, Twitter, email, Facebook, Google, Quora, Medium, Pinterest, Reddit, Yellow Pages, YouTube. It just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. So there's a lot of options. There's a lot of cool things you can do here. So we'll look at the main things. We used Phantombuster as a lead generation. So when I got my agency started, I was looking for leads. I was honestly looking for leads. I had no way to really, sure, you'd have the occasional organic and referral, but I wanted more. I wanted to be trying to land at 5 new clients every single month. And the way we were able to achieve a lot of our current work was through Phantombuster. So what we would do is we'd go onto Google Business Profiles with it. We would scrape, we'd set up automations that would scrape the information, look for faults in those details. We scrape the information and then reach out to the individual, all with Phantombuster, saying, hey, this is this problem. We're happy to fix it for you. And the rest is history, I guess. So that's where this tool is very, very powerful. So you're able to do a ton of cool things on it. So here's some older things that we used to run. So basically dashboards where you can see older tools. So Facebook message sender. So that's where you can automate Facebook messages. So if you want to send, let's say you want to scrape a group, you can get everybody who posted in a group or anything like that. You can get their information. You can then have a list. You can then reach out to those individuals with customized messages. It's very, very, very cool stuff. When it comes to data scraping, again, you can scrape any type of information on a website. You can look at specific information. You might want to find out who's running it, who's the webmaster. If you want to find out anything such as emails and phones, very, very cool tool. So there's a ton of stuff that you can do. You can look for, like I said, if you're looking for specific businesses. So we're reaching out to vets, so veteran organizations, so actual, not veterinarians, but vets, so military vets. So reaching out to organization to offer our service to military veterans. So I'm an ex-military veteran, and I love being able to give back to that community whenever I can. So that's something that we used it for not too long ago. We scraped and offered those services, because that's a great way of finding the individuals that are connected, and that's what you can do with the tools. So let me jump back into basically everything it offers. We'll cover the main ones. So we'll cover LinkedIn, what it offers there. We'll cover the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and you can have a look at it. You can review it and see if it's for you. So you can grow your LinkedIn network. That's basically where you're finding individuals and then reaching out to them. We did try out this feature. It's good, but the only problem is you can't build a really long string. So if you're looking at engaging individuals for a longer period, when you're going on, just an FYI with LinkedIn marketing, don't just smash people saying, I sell this service. It's terrible. Like, nobody gets anything out of that, and you're never going to get any responses. Offer value. So a big thing that we try to utilize is we connect with individuals, we identify, we scrape what's wrong with their website, and then we say, hey mate, you've got these problems with your website, go and do this to fix these issues, or here's a YouTube video that I've created to help fix these issues, check it out. And that's very powerful. We're not pushing sales on that person, we're genuinely trying to help them. And that's what we really like. So it's quite cool that you could do that, but you couldn't continuously follow up. That's the only thing that I would criticize about this. But other than that, it's very, very good. You can scrape, as you can see, guys, there's a ton of stuff here you can do. So you can actually try and find individuals. You can scrape their emails. So you can scrape emails from the LinkedIn profiles, which is very, very cool. You can extract details as well. So let's say, sometimes what an automation we used to have was when individuals reached out to us via our contact form, we would scrape utilizing that email to see if they had a LinkedIn profile, and then scrape that LinkedIn profile. So then that way you're able to get their information and you're able to sit there and go, this is their business, this is the problems that they're probably facing. You can have a bit more of an overview. If you want to connect with your clients, you need to go the next level. There's people all over the world hitting up everyone nowadays. So if you want to stand out from the crowd, you need to provide a bit more value. And that is something that we utilize Phantombuster for. Very, very cool. So Instagram. So Instagram, you're able to collect the hashtags, collect followers. You're able to automate comments, likes. It's very, very cool. You're able to try and get more followers. So you can go on a profile, scrape that, check out who's following it, then maybe reach out to those individuals and say, hey, I notice you're following this guy. I also create content around that. So if you are an influencer and you're looking at trying to build up the profile of your Instagram, this is a great tool. We don't run this on our clients unless they specifically ask for it. And the reason is that utilizing these tools are considered a no-no by the organizations themselves. You're not meant to be utilizing automation tools. Okay, so just an FYI and a bit of a caveat, if you do go on to utilize these tools, guys, just be aware of the issues. You don't want to just mass spam people. Do not do that. It's no value for you. It's no value for the people you're reaching out. Think about value. I'm making this video for value for you guys, to help give you an insight. Same thing you need to do for everyone you reach out to. So don't mass spam them. You want to look at the information here. That they provide so much stuff for Instagram. Just be careful when you're using it. Start off slow, guys. Don't go out there and go, okay, I'm going to try and do an auto liker of 100 posts a day. If you go on Instagram 2 times a day and you like maybe 3 posts, start with 3 posts. Then after a week or 2, move up to maybe 5 and then 10. And then you just continue that process. Please take it slow. So Twitter, you're able to do a lot of the same features that you have on Instagram are over on Twitter as well. So auto likers, auto posters, auto retweeters. So a lot of cool stuff you can do with Twitter. Reddit as well. I think Phantombuster is the best automation tool when it comes to scraping data from Reddit. Reddit's incredibly challenging to get data from. And I really like that you're able to extract, and like, yes, there's one Phantom here, but I like that you're able to extract the posts from a subreddit. A lot of the time now, you can't do that anymore. I'm finding that only Phantombuster is the only thing that can actually do that. When it comes to Google, you're able to do, like I said, mainly on the map searches. I find that's quite powerful when you interlink it. So you're actually able to build a chain of automations, and that's what I like about this tool. So you can have data. What we would do is you would scrape the data, and this is honestly before they made this workflow, that's called. So you would have to set up the Google Maps, and then you'd have to do it all yourself. So we had to then set up like an email extractor and a contact extractor and scraper and all of that. But now they've bottled it all into one over the last few months, which is excellent. Just makes it super simple for you to use. So if you want to look at specific workflows, you're able to just click on workflows and you can come through and start to get some ideas. So again, if you're looking at anything, mainly the Google Maps, that's very, very cool. So let's click on this and I'll give you a bit of an example of how it looks. So you will need to utilize, Phantombuster relies heavily on Google Sheets. So you basically copy the information in here. They have a video for setting everything up that you can very easily watch, but it's very straightforward to go through and just set everything up. So it's not too challenging. You know, you can say how many numbers you want to scrape. If you want to extract the emails, phones, Facebook profiles, Instagram profiles, all of that, and then settings, you can go into even more detail. Something I would suggest, just an FYI, guys, make sure you click on these 3 buttons here when you're in settings. If you do choose this tool, make sure that you're utilizing your proxies, okay? So use your proxies. Don't go out and mass spam people and not have proxies on. I don't recommend mass spamming. You're not going to give anyone value. You're actually taking it away. So just focus on that. So if we come down and we have a look, let's say so this is where you can go through and you can have a look. This is what a finished automation might look like. So we were looking again for the veterans. So we can have a look at the information that this has been able to find through Google Maps. Okay, so this is just a preview of how it looks. I'm not going to show you the Google Doc because that's kind of pointless, but this is how it looks. So it's very, very cool. You're able to see all of that information. What I really like about Phantombuster is the fact that you can create a ton of workflows. So you can have the Facebook, something that I think is very beneficial. You can scrape a Facebook group. You can find out who posted in that Facebook group, and then you can reach out to the individuals that posted about something in that group. So that's an automation that I really, really adore. Let's jump across to the pricing and I'll show you the pricing. So the pricing now, they used to have a free model, but they don't anymore. So you have 20 hours each month. Now, when it comes to hours, you'll see that my profile is a little bit different. And this is because I've had it for a long time. So I have 3 hours every single day of automation. So that means that what happens if, let's say I run the Google scraper. So if I'm running the Google scraper, time spent, as you can see here, the time spent, so this was 17 seconds, 19 seconds, that eats away at this 3 hours. So if you go back over to the pricing, that eats away at the 20 hours a month. That's $59 and you have 5 slots. So what a slot is let me come back over here to the dashboard. So as you can see, it says 10 out of 10, which means that I have 10 automation tools sitting here. Okay, that's what that information is. So when it comes to if you want a bit more, so if you want the heavier end like what I have, it's a $140 a month. So for 80 hours of execution and 15 slots. So you get to have more slots for more automations. Like I said, if you're considering this tool, guys, take it slow. Do not rush into it. Please don't try and send 10 Facebook messages a day. Don't try and like 1,000 Instagram posts and then try and retweet everyone else's tweets. You will get kicked off those platforms. Take it very, very slow. If you do want the annual option, so you know for sure your heart's set on this and you know that this is the right tool for you, you will be able to get a bit of a discount on it if you go with the annual option. As you can see, you save 16%. So it's pretty cool. It's a very, very cool tool. My final thoughts on the review of Phantombuster for 2022, I think if you are trying to grow your business, I use this tool to grow my business. So I know it works. I can sit here and say to you that it works. I can hand on heart say that it is a very good tool. It helped me grow my business. And if you're looking for a new way that do not use this with the intention of spam. Use this with the focus on providing value. Like I said, we would use this, find individuals, scrape their websites, identify the problems, and then send out valuable information. If you're doing that type of stuff with this, you will grow your client list because it's valuable. Make sure that you're utilizing proxies if you are scraping, and just take it slow. Guys, I've really hoped you've enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to know anything else about Phantombuster. Like I said, I've been using it for a long time. I'm still on the old pricing model. Just hit me up in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer. If you found this valuable and if you would like Phantombuster, I've got a link down in the description below. Make sure you hit that like button. It means a lot. I hope you have a lovely day. Cheers, guys.